lads, give your heart and soul. Run, lads, shoot, lads, give us all a go. Run, lads, shoot, lads, you can do it, yes. Come on, Newport County, oh. Bang it in the net.
Hello everybody and welcome to Taff's Words. Hot topic at the moment, if you're a Newport County supporter, is promotion and whether we can achieve it this year. Talking to some of the people close to the squad, they are of the belief that this is a better squad of players we've got this year than what we had last year. So, in effect, yeah, if you're thinking we can go one better with a better squad than last year, yes, in theory, promotion should be on the cards, 100%. But for me, this is the most impressive and most competitive League 2 that I've seen since we've been promoted back in year since 2013. So that's 9 seasons in League 2, and this is the best by far, in my opinion. I think there is about 7 teams that could justifiably finish top 3, and us being one of them. There are then about another 5 or 6 teams who could make playoffs justifiably. And then there's a few teams that will be finishing in the bottom half that have top half squads. There's only a few clubs this season, from what I've seen, that have not impressed me in at least one, well, in both of the games. If we played them twice, in at least one of them, they could have impressed me. I've seen Scunthorpe twice and they didn't impress me once. So I think they'll go down. And other than that, to be honest with you, the only team that I've seen so far this season that didn't impress me was Sutton, and they're in the mix. I don't really class them as a team that could finish automatics. I don't think they will. From what I saw of them, they had one player who played well against us, and other than that, we destroyed them. And they quite rightly had the decisions go against them, to be fair. So it is now, do we have it in us to get promoted? Now, there's only one team for me, or two, I suppose, if you include Mansfield and the run that they've been on, that have gone on, like a form run, a good run of form. Forest Green, Mansfield. I think they'll be 2 of the top 3, personally, unless Mansfield go on a dip, which is more than capable of happening. Forest Green could go on a dip. They lost at home to Walsall, who then lost 5-0 at Swindon a few days later. So Forest Green are more than capable of losing games now by the looks of it, but I still think they'll finish first. I think Mansfield will then finish second and is 3rd place up for grabs. Would it be Tranmere? Would it be Northampton? Would it be Swindon? Would it be us? Would it be any one of the other number of teams in and around us at the moment? Are the teams down to 12th who are within touching distance of the playoffs going to creep in? This is not quite the business end of the season as you would see it. I always say sort of the last 10 games, the last 10 to 8 games is what I'd call the business end. And I think now, because of the sheer quality in our division, you have to see this as the business end of the season starting now. Today we play Tranmere at home, which is a massive, massive game for us. If we win, it puts us right into the mix again. If we lose, we may have to look at a playoff place. Or even if we draw, we have to make ground on that top 3 sooner rather than later. We have to be within touching distance of it and go on some kind of run of wins. Now, we got 3 games at home in the space of 7 days. We've had 2 before that. 5 games at home, we were hoping we were going to win at least 3 of them. So far, we've drawn 2. So to win at least 3, we have to win the next 3. I think we're capable of doing that. We've shown we can go on a run of form, but it's a toughie, isn't it? Real toughie. And the bugbear for me is that we seem to be catching teams that are in form. We caught Mansfield in their great run of form. We caught Oldham in a great run of form. You know, Forest Green, Northampton. Northampton, we didn't even deserve to lose that game. Forest Green, yeah, okay, they were the better team on the day. Tranmere are not on what you'd call a run of form, but they're consistent enough to keep racking points up, and they have done throughout the season. They'll lose the odd game, they'll draw the odd game, and they'll win a couple. So they're not going on a winning or an unbeaten run, but they're racking up the points. That's what we need to do now. We need to keep racking up the points. We can't expect to win every game for the rest of the season, but if we can go on an unbeaten run for the rest of the season, which we are capable of doing. Now, let's analyse the squad a little bit now. So we've got goals. We've got goals in the team from, obviously, Dom Telford, but the midfield is capable of chipping in with their goals. Also, Courtney Baker-Richardson is out for 6 weeks. That's a blow. But now we can finally see what Rob Street has got about him. Now, if he can add to Dom Telford's run of goal-scoring form, then great. Then we stand a great chance because we need goals to win games. Simple as. We've got, for me, one of the best attacking dynamic midfields in the division. I think with the link-up of Zaz and Cooper, along with whoever else jumps in, whether it be Bennett, Wilmot, Dolan, Kane, or any of the other midfielders we got in the squad, we have got a fantastic midfield. James Waite looks like a great prospect as well, to be fair. So, we got dynamism in our midfield this season. People are saying that we need a midfield general, when we haven't had a good one since Wayne Turk. I think people talk out their ass. I think a lot of our fans haven't got a clue what the fuck they're on about, which does me sometimes. It's like, they're putting the team down and they're giving reasons. And you're looking at it, what the fuck are you even on about, mate, people holding our club to ridiculous standards, as if we're given some kind of God-given right to win every single game, and if we don't, there's a problem. There's always a problem within our team if we don't win a game. We haven't done this right. We haven't done that right. We're League fucking 2. We're not going to do all the things right, because if we were doing all the things right, we'd be Premier League by now. Put some perspective and gain some reality and understand the situation. We're in League 2. We have a League 2 squad, albeit a promotion-chasing squad, a great squad for League 2, but we're still League 2 players. You've got to hold them to the standard that is befitting of the ability of these players. So, come on. Perspective, guys. Perspective. Reality. So, and again, we've got to appreciate when other teams are just better than us. Mansfield were better than us on the day, but we pinched the point. And we deserve to win the end because Mansfield lost their heads. If they had kept their heads, they'd have won the game. Simple. Forest Green were better than us. And then you get it. Northampton were not better than us, but we still lost the game 1-0 from a lucky goal. Shit happens. It's football. You cannot expect to win every game. You can't hold players responsible for, not being able to put in world-beating performances every single week. Because if they were, they'd be taken away from us to go and play in the League One or the Championship or even the Premier League. So, come on. Yes. So, going on now, the management. Robury knows his stuff. I feel like Robury would, with Hatswell going, is a blow, of course. Flynn going was a blow, but Robury coming in, for me, gave us something different, but possibly something different that could push us on another level. Hatswell was part of the Flynn regime and stopped with Robury because they were friends. But Hatswell away, Robury's brought his own man in. Now, is that going to allow us to push us on that a little bit further? You never know. I mean, good luck to Wayne Hatswell, good luck to Michael Flynn. I really hope they do well at Walsall. They deserve it. They've done wonders for our football club, and we must be forever thankful. So, I think we got the management, and possibly Sarant's appointment could be coming at a really good time, because if he can give that little bit of extra to those players, that brings that little bit extra, that turns losses into draws or draws into wins, then that sets us up in good stead. So hopefully he can make that kind of impact. Courtney Senior, it'd be nice to see him before the end of the season. There was talk that he would have been back by now. It's a shame he's not, because he could have been like having another signing. Hopefully, we may see a bit of a cameo towards the end of the season, and he may have the opportunity to make his difference. I really do hope he does get that chance. But there we go. I think we've analysed it all pretty well. Who's going to be the standout men for us? Obviously, Azaz and Cooper from the midfield. The defence is very hit and miss at the moment. Pask started great, looked a bit wobbly the last couple of weeks. He is injured for 6 weeks now, unfortunately. We're going to put Clark into the mix again. And for me, looking at this end of the season, you want the experience in your defence, to be fair. And Clark hasn't really put a foot wrong for us. I think he was unlucky to get dropped for Pask. But obviously it showed why at first. But maybe this is a good opportunity to bring him back into the team and for him to cement that place. Him and Demetriou at the back. Yeah, I'm liking that for today. Clark back in. Obviously, I'm hoping. I love Ryan Haynes, but he hasn't had the best of seasons for us. He will have better. Hopefully he'll stay with us longer and he will play better. He has done and is more than capable of it. Players go out of form. that happens. Shit happens. But I do think it's got to be Norman on the right and Lewis on the left. And fair play to Townsend. He's really made the goalkeeper spot his own at the moment. I mean, I'm a massive fan of Joe Day. I think he's the best goalkeeper in the league. But on form, Townsend is rightly holding that #1 spot. So there we go. So analysing the squad, we are capable of promotion. But it could be that we've had the best squad we've ever had in League Two. We've just hit the most competitive League Two that we've ever seen. And it's just... It's the Andy Murray situation all over again. Andy Murray, the best British tennis player that we've probably ever brought out, and got stuck in an era with Djokovic, Federer and Nadal at their peak. The three of the greatest tennis players to ever live, all at the same time. But yet he still got his Grand Slam. So can you, in a similar way, can Newport County pinch that promotion in a similar way and actually beat these bigger clubs, bigger budgets and supposedly better squads? We'll see. But for me, if I had to put it all on the line and say whether we're going to get promoted or not, will we finish top 3? We're capable of it. My heart says we can do it. My head says we're probably not going to. Playoffs. We'll make the playoffs at least. I think if we finish anything other than the top 7, that's got to be seen as a major, major failure. With the squad that we've got, I think we will. Head says we will finish at least in playoffs. If we hit those playoffs, are we going to exercise those ghosts from the last 2? My heart tells me we will. My head tells me we have to. Otherwise, we're in an Exeter situation. Exeter should have been promoted 4 or 5 years ago at least, and they're stuck in League 2. And will they finish in playoffs? They possibly will. Will they have the heartbreak again? Possibly again. Will we finish in the playoffs? We should do. Are we going to suffer that heartbreak again? I mean, 3rd time's a charm, but that didn't work for Exeter. So, yeah, I'm very much on the fence, and I'm not being decisive. Right, I'm going to stake it out. My prediction is that we will get promoted via the playoffs, and we will exercise our Wembley demons. That's what I think. What do you guys think? I want to hear more from you. Yeah, I've had a couple of suggestions. A Taff's word on football regarding ticket pricing, I will be doing. Definitely. So that's a great suggestion that was. I think I've had 1 or 2 others. I can't quite think off the top of my head what they were. But they are things I'm looking into and looking to bring more content onto the YouTube channel. Hope you guys are checking out TikTok as well. If you haven't subscribed to our TikTok channel, do so. There's some different material on there to what we have on here. Yeah, so get the best of both worlds from us. So thanks for watching, cheerio, and as always, up the county. Take care, everyone.